on a new contract. How pleased are you to have your future all sorted?
Yeah, obviously I'm delighted. It's been a while coming, and yeah, I'm just really happy to get it done. Obviously the gaffer's been really good for me since coming in, and I can't wait to kick on next season now.
You've been in and around the first team since you were 16 really, so 3 or 4 years ago. Last season, probably fair to say, is the most sustained spell you've had around the first team. What do you think you learned last year?
I think I've learned similar things to what I learned when I was on loan at Wealdstone. How important it is getting 3 points each week, and the main thing is that that's all that matters really. Performance is a bonus obviously, but you want to win every week. And I think being around it for like the last 20 games of the season or whatever it was, has really like highlighted that to me, because before it was in bursts when I was in it and I wasn't for like a few months or whatever. Whereas now where I'm involved every week and I was at the back end of the season, I think it's so important that we get 3 points, because at the end of the day that's what the fans and that's what we want.
You mentioned your loan at Wealdstone there. Tell us about that spell. How important, looking back, do you feel that spell was for you?
Yeah, to be honest, I think that was really important for me. I was at a stage where I felt like I was comfortable in the 23s and it wasn't really pushing me to where I wanted to go, and I wasn't as close to the first team as I am now at the time. So Wealdstone was like a great stepping stone for me to go and play 20 games in National League and impress, and I feel like I did that.
Towards the end of last season, you had those 20 or so games in the National League, as you say. Fast forward to season just gone, those games were coming in League One. What lessons did you take from these League One matches?
There's definitely a difference, 100%. I think the intelligence of players, the general standard of players is a lot different, and it's a lot more difficult. I feel when I think back to some games this season, coming on against Ipswich, the likes of Connor Chaplin and players of that calibre, I didn't have that experience in the National League, so it's definitely been difficult, but I feel like I've got so much more to come and I can hopefully really rise to the occasion this coming season.
And in the first half of the season just gone, you were maybe a little bit in and out, but since Dean's come in as manager, you've been in the squad pretty much constantly. How much have you enjoyed working under him?
Yeah, he's been brilliant for me. To be fair, his second game, he chucked me straight into the starting lineup, which was like a big shock to me, because I was looking at going back out on loan where I wasn't playing, maybe back to Wealdstone or something like that, where I was playing 21s consistently, and he came in and he watched me in a 21s game and said that I wasn't going anywhere, and the next game I was on the bench for the first team again, and the game after that I started against Oxford. So he showed massive trust in me straight away, and from the conversations I've had with him, they're really positive. So he's definitely been the manager that I've enjoyed working with the most since being around the first team. So it's been really enjoyable.
You've been here for over 10 years now. Put us in the headspace of Aaron Henry when you are starting for the first team, having come on that journey. What sort of goes through your mind leading up to games?
Just really proud, really proud, and just want to do my family proud as well, because like over the years, the amount of distance they've had to take me and mileage they've had to do in their car and stuff like that, and I've actually only just passed my driving test now, so things like that, like little things really. And when I made my debut, my old man won't like me saying this, but he cried. So like things like that, like just little things that they really like mean a lot to me.
I mean, time does go fast. It was 3 years ago that debut, wasn't it, against West Brom, I think it was, in the Cup. How much do you think you've grown from the Aaron Henry who made his debut against West Brom to the one who sits here now?
Yeah, massively. I think it's a complete different player now. Like I said, with the loan, experience in men's football and things like that, and then a lot more games now as well for the first team. So just gaining that experience is really important. It gives you confidence going into the next few games. So yeah, a lot different.
I don't want to put words into your mouth, but I imagine you were probably a bit nervous when you were 16 about to make your debut. Like, do you still get those nerves now? Has it eased off? Or
occasionally you can get nerves, especially like when you haven't been in the team for a while or things like that, and you're trying to impress. You can put maybe a bit too much pressure on yourself and stuff like that. But like I said, like I'm learning on the job, and I'm looking forward to next season. I feel like this season just gone has given me a good stepping stone for next year.
So as we were saying, debut came at 16. You've then had 3 years of good progress or so since then. Looking forward now though, what's the target for you?
I just want to try and play as many games as possible for Charlton. I think I back myself and I feel like I can play, and I feel like I'm good enough to. I've got to be confident enough to think that. So it's down to me to go and prove it to the manager, prove it to my teammates, and gain their trust. As a young player, that's most important. You have to gain trust. And I feel like Charlton's a brilliant club for it. You look at last season just gone, there was 5 or 6 academy players coming around it, and then you've got Jez on loan and players like that. So it's a great club to be at, and I'm really excited for the next 2 years.
Been here for over 10 years, as we say. You've done that journey right the way through the academy. Not the first person to do it, won't be the last person to do it either. When you do pull on the first team shirt now, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, it means everything. When I look at the likes of players that have gone all the way through before, I remember the names of John Joe Shelvey, Scott Parker, players like that. And then you've got Joe Gomez, Ezri Konsa, which was in around the time of when I was a young boy here. So seeing all these players going through, it was important for me as a kid looking up at them that I wanted to be one of the next when I was around that age, and I feel like I'm at that age now, so it's really a time for me to kick on.
I wish you the best of luck, Aaron.
Thank you.